is Nityananda Trayodashi. Most important, more important even than Gaur Purnima. Like Balaram Jayanti is more important even than Janmashtami. Because Nityananda Prabhu is Adi Guru, Balaram himself. So in the Guru Tattva, the topmost supreme Guru Tattva is Balaram, who appears as Nityananda Prabhu in Chaitanya Leela. So Guru is servant God. Same Lord appears, Krishna appears as Balaram. Served God and now here servant God. Servant God appears as Nityananda Prabhu. So there are wonderful 12 names of Nityananda Prabhu. Nityanando Avadhutendu Vasudha Pranavallabha Janavi Jivitapatihi Krishna Prema Pradha Prabhu Padmavati Sutta Shriman Shachi Nandana Purvajaha Bhavanmato Jagatrata Rakta Gaura Kalevaraha. In fact, every day one should chant 12 names of Nityananda Prabhu. Nitya Ananda, Nityananda, Balarama, Balarama, one who gives strength to perform devotional service. One who gives the bliss to perform devotional service is Balaram. Same Balaram is Nitya Ananda. That means to experience that eternal bliss, one has to perform a devotional service. And to perform the devotional service, one should have the strength to perform the devotional service. So that is why Adi Guru is worshipped. He is son of Rai Pandit and Padmavati. That is why Padmavati Sutaha Shriman. Shachinandana Purvajaha. He is brother of Sachinandana. Sachinandana, Sachimata's son, is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Vasudha Pranavallabha Janvi Jivitaha Patihi. So in this way, he is husband of Vasudha and Janava Mata. Krishna Prema Pradaha Prabhu. He is the one who is going to give us Krishna Prema. And how is he? He is Avadhuta. Avadhutam is completely engrossed in Krishna Prema. So sometimes he laughs, sometimes he cries, sometimes he rolls in ecstasy. He is completely in ecstatic mood, completely maddened with the love of Krishna. So in this way, Bhavanmato Jagatrata, he has come to reduce all the burden and deliver all the people. Rakta Gaura Varna, Kalevaraha. In this way, he is Rakta Gaura Varnaha. So in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Charitamrita, the glorification of Nityananda Prabhu has been given elaborate. Nityananda Prabhu is born in a wonderful place, that is Ekachakra. It is said Ekachakra Dham is a very, very pious place where Nityananda Prabhu, till 12 years of his age, used to perform all the wonderful pastimes. After that, he went to the Brahman. One of the sannyasi comes and he begs to Rai Pandit, because Rai Pandit says, what charity I can give? He says, I want your son. So he goes along with the sannyasi and does the Brahman of whole Bharata, waiting for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to exhibit his real mood for which purpose he has appeared. So because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was having the mood of Pandit, so he was waiting for that mood for which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come, Mahavadanyaya avatar. Meeting of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu happens in a wonderful place, Nandanacharya's house in Mayapur. So the place where Nityananda Prabhu is born, that is Ekachakra Dham. It is said in Kurukshetra war, Lord Krishna broke his vows just to protect the vows of Bhishma Pitama. He broke his vow. And he took the wheel in his hand. That is why he is Chakrapadi. And when Bhishma Pitama saw Lord Krishna coming towards him with the wheel in the hand, Bhishma Pitama started singing the glories of Krishna, and Krishna lost his anger. Bhishma was throwing the arrows like anything. Bhishma had taken the vow to fight with Krishna, to kill Krishna, to fight with Pandavas, to kill the Pandavas. But then afterwards, Draupadi goes and pays obeisances. Then Bhishma Pitama had to say, well, he was not knowing who has come. So Bhishma Pitama said, Saubhagyavati Bhava. But then he understood that it is Krishna's plan, and Krishna has intentionally broken his vow. So then he says, let me see how Krishna also breaks his vow, because Krishna had taken the vow of not participating in the war, just to keep up the promise of Bhishma, just to keep the promise and the words of Krishna, of Bhishma. Krishna took the wheel. But when the glories of Krishna is sung by Bhishma Pitamaha, immediately Krishna threw the wheel away. This wheel lands in Ekachakra. That is why this name becomes Ekachakra Dham. Nityananda Prabhu Vande Srimad Lakshmipati Priyam Sri Madhava Sampradaya Vardhanam Bhakta Vatsalam. So paying obeisances to Nityananda Prabhu, who is very dear to Lakshmipati Tirtha. You know how they met in Pandharpur, Lakshmipati Tirtha. Nityananda Prabhu increases the bliss of the entire Madhva Sampradaya. And he has the innermost needs of the devotees foremost at hand. So Lakshmipati Tirtha comes in Madhva Sampradaya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's meeting with Lakshmipati Tirtha, understanding that Nityananda Prabhu has come there. And in this way, how Nityananda Prabhu is favorite to Lakshmipati Tirtha has been very nicely glorified again in Chaitanya Chaitamrita. So the appearance day of Nityananda Prabhu is celebrated very wonderfully because he is Balaram Tattva. Vajendra Nandana Yeyi Sachi Sutta Haila Seyi Balarama Haila Nitai. So Balaram has appeared as Nityananda Prabhu. Vajendra Nandana Yeyi Sachi Sutta Haila Seyi Balarama Haila Nitai. Balaram has appeared as Nityananda Prabhu. Vajendra Nandana Yeyi. This way, Sachi Sutta Haila Seyi. So when Vajendra Nandana has come as Sachituta, Balaram has appeared as Nityananda Prabhu. Shankare Matta Ahankara Mattaha Hoya Nitai Pada Paraspasariya Asatiyere Satyakori Mani. So in this way he has appeared to completely smash the pride and the ahankara of the Mulas of the rascals. So Ahankara Mattaha Nitai Pada. This way, by the spell of the Maya, people have all this ahankar. It is why to remove the ahankar, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu have appeared. Nityananda Prabhu comes in Guru Tattva. That is why let us take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. Let us start the Mangalacharan of Chaitanya Bhagavat. Ajanulambita bhujau kanakavadhato Sankirtanaikapitaro Kamalayatakshav Vishwambharo Dijavaro Yugadharmapalo Vande Jagatpriyakaro Karanavataro. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu both have appeared. And how are their arms? Their arms extend up to their knees. They have appeared to inaugurate the congregation chanting of the holy name. They have appeared to remove the bhara of this whole universe. They both have appeared, Dvijavarav. They both are the best of the Brahmins. Yugadharma Palav. In this way, they are maintainers of this Yugadharma. The dharma for this Kali Yuga is chanting the holy name of Krishna. In this way, they are Karanavataro. Both have appeared, and both are the merciful incarnation. They are the most merciful of all incarnations, especially if you compare the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then at one point of time, one has to accept that Nityananda Prabhu is more merciful than even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the pramana, or what is the proof? The proof is Jagai Madai Leela. In the Jagai Madai Leela, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very angry. He immediately made his Sudarshan appear. But then it is Nityananda Prabhu who reminded him of being compassionate to even the sinful of the all sinners, sinner of all the sinners. So that is Nityananda Prabhu. He pleaded on behalf of Jagai and Madai. And in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's anger subsided. So that is why he is said to be the most merciful incarnation, if both are compared then. Karna Avatara. So let us see the first 5 verses are the Mangalacharan of Chaitanya Bhagavat. Second verse. Namastrikala Satyaya Jagannatha Sutaya Cha Sabhratyaya Saputraya Sakalatraya Te Namaha. So Lord is eternally existing. Trikala Satyaya. He is the truth. He is the eternal truth. In the past, present, future. When you say Trikala refers to past, present, and future. He is Jagannatha Sutaya. He is the son of Jagannath Mishra. So in this way, Sabhratyaya Saputraya. I offer Sakalatraya Te Namaha. Te Namaha. I offer my obeisances to you. You have appeared along with your associates, your devotee friends, your sons, your Goswami disciples. And or the processes of devotional service, such as the congregation chanting of the holy name, your consorts, who, according to regulative principles, refer to Vishnu Priya, there's Bhu Lakshmi, Lakshmi Priya, Shri Lakshmi, Navadeepa, Neela Lakshmi, or Durga. And according to the devotional principles, refer to 2 Gadadharas, Narahari Ramananda, Jagadananda, and others. In this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared Sabhrutyaya, Saputraya, Sakalatraya, Te Namaha. He has appeared along with his associates. So in the second verse of the auspicious invocation, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is addressed as follows. He is addressed as the absolute truth. And he is existing in the past, present, and future. He is eternal. I offer my obeisances to the son of Jagannath, that is Gaur Sundar. So Jagannatha Sutta, when it is referred, it refers to the singular. So it refers only to Gaur Sundar. Jagannath Mishra's another son was there, his elder son, Vishwarupa, or Shankararanya Swami. He is not referred here. So Vishwarupa, he took sannyas in the childhood. He had no disciples in the renounced order. Later, 2 adjectives here now, Kalatraya, Putraya, has been referred. So in this way, Rupa Goswami says, Sri Rupa Goswami has established his followers as Tridandi sannyasis. He has appeared with all his disciples. He has disciples, Sri Goswami as his disciples, and in this way, it has been addressed. The followers of the 2 Prabhus, Nityananda, Advaita, that also has been mentioned. Let us take the third verse. Avatirnau sakarunyau parichinnau sat ishwarau Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityanandau dvau bhratarau bhaje. So 2 brothers, Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda. Though born to 2 mothers, but they are brothers, they are eternal brothers, Krishna and Balaram. They have descended in this world as a supreme controllers. Avatirna sakaranam parichinnau tad ishwarau. Ishwarau means they have appeared as the controllers, 2 controllers. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda uddhav bhratrau bhaje. So they have appeared avatirna sakaranam karinyau parichinnau. Parichinnau means they have appeared in the covered form as the embodiments of mercy. They are 2 lords, but they have covered themselves and they have appeared as devotees. Parichinnam. Parichinnam also refers to the spiritual pastimes of the Swayam Rupa. That is the original form of Lord Krishna. And the Swayam Prakasha, first expansion, that is Gaur Nityananda. So in this way, Krishna Balaram are non-different. Swayam Rupa is Krishna himself, Swayam Prakasha is Nityananda Prabhu or Balaram. So they have appeared, they have accepted 2 forms, Swayam Rupa, Swayam Prakasha. So when we say Bhratrau here, Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says 2 brothers, Shriman Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. Mahaprabhu, So Mahaprabhu is addressed to Chaitanya, Prabhu is addressed to Advaitacharya and Nityananda Prabhu. Two Prabhus, one Mahaprabhu. In order to establish that there is no difference between the past tense of Swayam Rupa, Swayam Prakasha, the transcendentalists address them as brothers out of spiritual consideration. So they are brothers. Now the fourth verse. Sa Jayati Vishuddha Vikramaha Kanakavaha Kamalayati Kshanaha Varajanu Vilambi Shadbhujo Bahuda Bhakti Rasabhinartakaha Sa Jayati Vishuddha Vikramaha. They are very, very powerful at the same time. Vikramaha. They are very, very powerful. Their activities are very powerful. And also Vishuddha, they are completely pure. Kanaka Abhihi, their complexion is molten gold. All now here Gaur Sundar is described. How is the body of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's activities are very powerful. His complexion is molten gold. And Kamala Yataksharaha, his eyes are like lotus petals. Varajanu Valambi Shadabhujo, Varajanu Vilambi Shadabhujo. He's actually six, he has six beautiful arms. And they all extend till the knees. He showed the six Shadbhuja Rupa to Sarvabhattacharya. So his arms extend up to the knees. Bahuda, Bhakti, Rasabhinartakaha. His heart is always inundated with the devotional sentiments. He dances in ecstasy in Kirtan. Nartakaha, Rasabhaye Nartakaha. So in this way he is very, very compassionate. Bahuda Bhakti Rasabhinartakaha. So 5 direct rasas and 7 indirect rasas interact. It is called Bhakti Rasa. There are principal 5 rasas and there are 7 indirect rasas. So when they interact, that is known as Bhakti Rasa. The object of attachment for the devotee is situated in the 5 different rasas. Sri Gaurasundar danced along with those who had taken shelter of him. 5 important rasas, that is Shantaras, Dasaras, Sakyaras, Madhuriras and Vatsalaras. So devotees are connected to Lord in different rasas. So in this way, the object of attachment, they are attached to whom? They are attached to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Not different from Krishna, appearing in the mood of Radharani. Krishna appears in the mood of Radharani. Channa avatar. Channa means here, even Prahlad Maharaj says in Bhagavatam, Lord is going to cover himself. He is not going to appear as Lord, but he is going to appear as a devotee. So this is covered incarnation where he expresses only his mercy. Mahavadanyaya avatar. And the 5th verse is also the invocation prayers for the whole Bhagavatam. Jayati Jayati Deva Krishna Chaitanya Chandro Jayati Jayati Kirti Tasya Nityaha Pavitraha Jayati Jayati Vrityas Tasya Vishveshamurte Jayati Jayati Nityam Tasya Sarva Priyanam. So Jayati Jayati Deva Krishna Chaitanya Chandraha, all glories to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is fully independent Supreme Personality of God. Jayati Jayati Kirti Tasya Nityaha Pavitraha. So his activities are completely pure. Nityaha Pavitraha. His activities are completely pure. Jayati Jayati Kirtis. Let us sing the glories of his transcendental pastimes. Jayati Jayati Vrityas. Tasya Vishveshamurtehe. In this way, he is a controller of all the controllers. He is the Lord of the universe. And he is the embodiment of transcendental knowledge. Jayati Nrityam Tasya Sarva Priyanam. In this way, all glories to the devotees and all glories to the dancing of his beloved associates. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes along with all his associates. And in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left Navadvipa, he used to be addressed as Krishna Chaitanya Chandra. After Gaur Sundar left Navdeepa, his followers used to call him Krishna Chaitanya Chandra, the predominating deity of Sambandha. Sri Rupa Goswami has stated in his prayers, Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tushe Namaha. I offer my prayers to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who has assumed this golden color of Srimati Radharani. Even in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi 3.34, it has been mentioned that in his later pastimes he is known as Sri Krishna Chaitanya. He blesses the whole world by teaching everyone the glories of Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna. Those who are Achetanashraya or devoid of Achetanashraya, devoid of spiritual consciousness, should not think that they can contaminate the teachings of Lord Gauranga simply by replacing Chaitanya Mangal with Gaura Mangal, Chaitanya Bhagavat with Gaura Bhagavat, Chaitanya Charitamrita with Gauranga Charitamrita, Chaitanya Chandrodaya with Gaura Chandrodaya. In Gaura Leela, the Lord has accepted the name Sri Krishna Chaitanya in order to awaken the propensity of materialistic people who are achaitanya, devoid of spiritual consciousness, to develop their Chaitanya Dharma in the form of cultivating Krishna consciousness. He also induced people who aspired for liberation to engage in the worship of the Lord. Sometimes Hare Krishna Mahamantra, in the Hare also, sometimes people say Radhe Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe. Why uh, replace the name of Hare with Radhe? Because we don't have that qualification even to chant Radhe. Hare is Sambodhan of Radharani's name only. So in this way, replacing is not actually pure consciousness. That is what is said here. So Chaitanya name, he has maintained Chaitanya. Chaitanya means awakening the spiritual consciousness. Sri Gaurasundar is Mahavadanyaya, the most magnanimous. He is Krishna Prema Pradata. Krishna Prema Pradata. He is giving Krishna name to everyone. Krishna Prema Pradata. Even for Nityananda Prabhu also it has been said, Krishna Prema Pradaha Prabhu. Krishna Prema Pradata. Giving the love of Krishna. So these are his wonderful glories. He has come. He is Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradata. Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradata. And extended Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradata is Nityananda Prabhu. All the devotees who are direct servants of Vishwambhara, the controller of the universe, the Lord of Goloka, are personally maintained by him and are therefore the owners of his entire wealth and opulence. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu protects his devotees. What has to be protected? The devotion of the devotees has to be protected. The service of the devotees has to be protected. Actually, what should be asked to Lord? The prayers which everybody should do is Yogakshemam Mahamyam, O Krishna, it is only yourself who can protect the devotion. So Krishna, when he appears as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has taken this vow to protect the devotion of the devotees. He is most merciful even then when he appears as Krishna. More than Krishna, his form as Chaitanya is more merciful because he has taken the mood of Srimati Radharani, and Srimati Radharani is most merciful. So all glories to the servitorship of Sri Swarupa Damodar, Sri Ramananda, Sri Vakreshwara, and other beloved devotees who in the mood of gopis always glorify the Lord. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is worshipped, Nityananda Prabhu is worshipped, and all his associates are worshipped. Panchatattvas are worshipped together. Alone, nobody is worshipped. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, he comes along with his associates. The first expansion himself is Nityananda Prabhu, is Avatara, is Advaitacharya Shakti, is Gadadhara Pandit, and his devotee is Gadadhar and Shivas. So in this way, and other devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivas Adikaura Bhakta Vrinda. All Panchatattvas are worshipped together. So before starting the chanting, one chants this mantra because It invokes the auspiciousness and also the compassion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu along with his associates. It is Advaita because of him Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had appeared. It is Nityananda because of whom Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited his full compassion. It is Gadadhara because of whom Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is to express the mood of Radharani very perfectly. It is Shivas because of whom the compassion of Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is given to the whole world. Bhaktavatara is given to the whole world. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is unlimited compassion personified. And Nityananda Prabhu is also the unlimited compassion personification of unlimited compassion. Sixth verse. Today we'll do the sixth verse and we'll stop here. आद्येषि चैतन्य प्रिय गोष्ठीर चरणे अशेष प्रकारे मूलदंड प्रणामे. So I offer unlimited obeisances. Danda pranam. Unlimited dandavat pranam to the feet of the loving confidential devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is said when we love bhaktas, Krishna is very happy. To draw the attention of Krishna, just love the devotees so much. If you don't like the devotees, then Krishna will never like you. If we love the devotees, if we serve the devotees, then we are the loving object of Krishna. So before praying obeisances to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the author offers his obeisances to the feet of the confidential devotees. That is why it is said, before Gaur Purnima Nityananda Trayodashi comes. The same way, before Krishna Janmashtami, you have Balaram Jayanti. That means first pay obeisances to the confidential devotees of Lord. Expansion. Guru Tattva. That is why first love the associates of Lord, then automatically one invokes the loving mercy of Krishna. Here, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, let me pay obeisances to the confidential devotees of the Lord. And among the confidential devotees, who is the topmost, the supreme, the spiritual master is the prime celebrity. And who is that spiritual master? Nityananda Prabhu himself is the author's spiritual master. So that is why to invoke auspiciousness, to invoke the mercy, to invoke the transcendental knowledge of Krishna, first to pay obeisances to Nityananda Prabhu. Today is actually a very, very wonderful and a powerful day. Today half-day fasting is there. What is this fasting? Fasting means chanting more chanting, more remembering Krishna. So in this way, Nityananda Prabhu is the author's spiritual master. First to pay obeisances to Nityananda Prabhu. We started Bhagavatam and we started Chaitanya Bhagavatam. And exactly today, in Nityananda Trayodashi's day, we are having this verse. Again, this is mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. Because even to start Chaitanya Bhagavat, this requires mercy of Krishna in the mood of Chaitanya. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, because we have been serving Chaitanya Chaitamrit practically for 2-3 years. And it is the mercy of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami that he has made us come to study the verses given by Chaitanya, by Vrindavan Das Thakur in Chaitanya Bhagavat. And exactly on the day of Nityananda Triyodashi, the author writes here, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, pay obeisances to Nityananda Prabhu. He is my spiritual master. Goshti refers to a group of persons. Here, Goshti Racharana, group of persons who have great relish for a wide variety of scriptures. The scriptures speak the truthful words, who are embellished with faultless ornaments, which are perfect, who are full of perfect knowledge. The Goshti, generally Goshti means group of devotees who relish the topics of Krishna. hearing topics related to the Lord from the Bhagavad and other scriptures, they realize the Lord. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Pushyanti cha ramanti cha bodhayantaha parasparam. When they speak to each other, what they speak about Krishna, Krishna's pastimes. And in this way, they relish the pastimes. So here, Goshti refers to Priya Goshthira Charana, Chaitanya Priya Goshthira, group of devotees who are relishing the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So among all of them, who is the topmost? Nityananda Prabhu. The word danda. Danda means falling on the ground like a stick. Somebody wrote me, DP Mataji. A whole night I was thinking, what is DP? What is DP? I thought maybe something connected to electricity or what. The next day I called him. I said, what is this DP? You wrote DP Mataji. He said, Dandavat Pranam. Oh my God. Why are we making abbreviations of like Palm? What is this Palm? I was not understanding all these things. Then I asked them, what is Palm? You can clearly say, please accept my humble obeisances. And nowadays, this is a trend. Even when we see each other also, Palm, DP, I pay Dandavat Pranam. Each other we should pay Dandavat Pranam. The Lord is situated in your heart, in my heart. When we see each other, we should pay Dandavat Pranam. Instead of saying Dandavat Pranam, we can pay Dandavats. And nowadays, there's more trend, Dandavats, Mangala. Now, what is this Mangala? I'm going to Mangala. I'm going to Mangalarti. Why that Arti word has been removed? So, doing some shortcuts in the words, it's not giving much relishment. Then tomorrow somebody can start like this also, HK, square, K square, HR, square, R square. Abbreviations in Krishna consciousness is actually not good. That means we are lazy to chant Krishna's name. So Dandavat means falling to the ground like a stick. But for the Matajis, it is not Dandavat. It is not full like a stick what Matajis should be. It is Panchanga Pranam. Such obeisances are of 4 varieties: offering greetings, offering obeisances with 8 parts of the body touching the ground, offering obeisances with the 5 parts of the body touching the ground, bowing the head with folded hands. 4 types you can do. Because in the road, sometimes you're seeing a spiritual master, you cannot just fall like a danda there. So you can bow your head with folded hands there. You can offer greetings with a naman. Full dandavat is 8 parts of the body touching the ground, and half like panchanga, like how the Matajis do. Sometimes Prabhujis also can do that, offering obeisances with 5 parts touching the ground. So in this way, obeisances, pranam means obeisances, dandavat pranam. So here, what type of dandavat has been, what type of pranam has been done? It is dandavat pranam. It is 8 parts of the body touching the ground. So here we'll stop. So requesting all the devotees to chant very nicely and draw the power from Balaram, who has appeared as Nityananda Prabhu. And it's only by Nityananda Prabhu's mercy we can have a wonderful temple for Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. So take the power and work for him. His power for his service. Hare Krishna. Any doubts?
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
धन्यवाद।
माताजी, एक चक्र ग्राम में जो चक्र है, नवमीशरण में भी ऐसे कुछ चक्र, कुछ ऐसा
वो भी
सुना?
एक कथा है, नैमिषारण्य का चक्र। बट नैमिषारण्य का चक्र तो ब्रह्मा जी के चक्र मिडिल जहाँ पूरे यूनिवर्स के मिडिल में, वो नैमिषारण्य में आते हैं, ब्रह्मा जी का चक्र। ये जो चक्र है तो कृष्ण ने चक्र का वो वाला चक्र है। और किसी का कोई डाउट है? ओके, हरे कृष्णा। Should I teach you a wonderful recipe which Nityananda Prabhu loves? You want the recipe?
Yes,
Okay.
Mataji.
Sure, Mataji, sure.
Take mustard oil. Put 2 tej pata. put kalonji seeds. Kalonji is not onion seeds. Put kalonji seeds. And then 4 types of vegetables are required, which is red pumpkin, radish, that is mooli, one mooli, little bangan, and little aloo. So first put what is that? Red pumpkin and aloo. Let it cook, and then afterwards put radish and bangan. Let it also cook, and then afterwards you put some palak and let it remain. Don't stir it. Let it remain. Let it also cook, and then after 2-3 minutes, put fried vadis. That vadis, mung dal vadi, urad dal vadi. Put that. Again, keep it for 2-3 minutes, and then you put cumin seed powder, that is jeera powder, and haldi namak. Haldi namak already we have added, jeera powder. Bas. This is very dear to Nityananda Prabhu. You can take it with hot rice, hot chapatis. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, धन्यवाद.
And I'll send the recipe in the group also. Hare Krishna.
Okay Mataji, Hare Krishna.
हाँ माता जी, इसको हम लोग बंगाली में लैब्रा बोलते हैं, तो भगवान को अति प्रिय होता है।
अच्छा लाबरा।
माता जी इसमें मिर्ची नहीं पड़ती?
हाँ, हरी मिर्ची भी पड़ती है, थोड़ा सा लाल मिर्ची, अक्खा लाल मिर्ची डाल सकते हैं।
ओके
थोड़ा सा, 2 पीस।
ओके